Sunsfan here with Cinderin. I guess you didn't like that solo?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Okay. Just checking. As we are in game EG versus 9 Pandas. EG sitting on a 2-2 record. They're right on the threshold. Currently 4th place, which is they want to be top 4 of these 8. 9 Pandas, though, struggling Cinderman, 1-3.
Yep, and their final matchups do not look promising either. They've got some tough teams to face, right? Wasn't it Bet Boom as well as PSGLGD that they have remaining, I think? If I remember correctly?
Sure.
They showed that graphic earlier, and just like Pyrian Flax, I've watched all of the broadcasts, so obviously I also saw that one. And maybe I just remembered incorrectly, but yeah, definitely not the easiest matches ahead of them. And I think it's fair to say overall in this group stage number 2 that EG have been looking probably on average like the better team, which is in a way a little bit surprising because 9 Pandas were the team with the best score coming out of group stage 1 out of any team. They were 10-4. The other best score was 8-6. So all in all, it was a very close first group stage.
What is this? Big stalemate.
It seemed like they had a bit of an edge and haven't been able to fully convert it. So it seems like other teams kind of caught up.
The battle begins.
I think one of the things that 9 Pandas took a lot of advantage
of. Kiyotaka, but we got the glimpse back, but the onslaught's coming. The double blood grenade. First blood goes to Matthew.
First blood. What is
and in terms of the bounties, EG get 3 of the 4. So first blood and 3 bounties.
Can we get the graphic for bounties right now, just so we can say that we've had seen it one time with more on Radiant than Dire?
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. We really think alike, you know?
Yes, we do.
We're both complete degenerates.
We finish each other's. Thank you.
I knew it was a conspiracy.
There's definitely an agenda here. Now, despite Kiyotaka being first-blooded, he's still going to clean up the entire first wave, and this should be a really good lane for Lina with the exception of rotations. I think Lina can handle Primal fine on her own. It's a matchup that teams were actually trying to run as a 3 versus Lina carry when Lina carry was all the rage, and it worked really well there. But I think in the mid lane, the difference is Primal has to do everything on his own. He has to 100-0 you, so if there's no rotations and Lina has Light Striker ready, she can protect herself and get away every time.
Yep, and Kiyotaka, CS looks similar, but he has 3 more creeps that he hasn't even tried to kill yet. Lots of denies already for him in that first wave.
Taking a beating up here. EG, one of the only teams to play Legion Commander. We did see it played off lane 1 game by Bet Boom. EG have primarily put it on C-Smile in the mid lane, but in this game, Whisper will be playing the Legion, which is a kind of rare sight, I would say. He definitely plays the hero and plays it well, but I don't think EG have been running it very much in recent times. But Whisper, obviously a very capable Legion player. See the high level in Dota+. If there's a pro player and they're Platinum or above, there's a good chance they really know what they're doing.
Indeed. Well, we're seeing Whisper play the Legion.
Oh, C-Smile's getting bullied.
They have 2 ways to set up these Mystic Flares with the Pulverize and Duel. So we'll see how effective the Skywrath can be in this game for EG. And
both pairs BKB, which is actually important because you're against Jugger.
Yep, that's true. I mean, as we're going to see the Onslaught trample as C-Smile can now spam out these waves. Kiyotaka is doing a really good job of preventing a lot of these last hits because of the LSA, but in the end, C-Smile getting enough levels now that he can be a bit of a presence in lane, and they're going to trade Water Runes now. How good of a jug game is this, would you say? Or does it even matter any? Like, in what type of a game do you look like, oh, this is a good jug game? Like, do there need to be certain variables that are at your disposal?
There's a couple of things that I would consider really, if you want it to be a truly S-tier jug game, I think solo will be fine here. They're really chasing quite a bit. So, an S-tier jug game has no BKB piercing stuns. Then you can split push, and whenever you see the enemy coming, you can just spin TP out. That's not the case here. You're against Legion and Primal Beast, so it's definitely not that good. And then the next thing is, how good is Jugger's lane going to be? Because the hero has some pitfalls against certain heroes. I think in this game he's going to do okay, but not outstanding, because the Legion Commander matchup was pretty rough. And then the third thing is, how's my core versus core matchup in a broader sense, right? Like, the lane is one thing, but do you counter the enemy carry? Are you good later in the game when you get multiple items? It doesn't really check any boxes for me, if I'm honest. I don't think this is a particularly good Jugger game for all the reasons mentioned. But maybe it was the best option they had left against Medusa, right? They banned out the PL themselves. We talked about some of EG's bans as well, C-Smile.
Oh, Dragon Slave, not quite enough. About 40 HP there for C-Smile.
Yeah, he went into the studio and borrowed the Abacus.
I could not think of the name of that either when they were bringing that up. And Miero, sitting on pretty low HP, but we'll be fine for the time being.
Definitely overall a great early start for EG, though. Like, the mid lane is not too great, but
oh, C-Smile gets the kill in the mid lane with the help of Matthew. Will be a trade of sorts, but no XP going the way of 9 Pandas.
No, this death is actually kind of inconsequential. There weren't that many creeps left to farm, and he's going to get a full refill. And he'll be able to TP into mid and bottle the Rubik a little bit if they want to do that as well. Looks like Matthew will already leave.
Ooh, nice blast off from Antares.
Boom.
This is a situation where... is this just thinking too... What's even the right way to describe this? In a kill like that, right, where the enemy gets the advantage, so in this case the Primal Beast, dies with nobody around, has to TP back. I feel like that's a situation where Disruptor could smoke himself, TP mid, glimpse him as he comes back. That kind of equalizes the lane to some degree, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that gives it like a complete free wave to your mid that just died.
That would definitely be a high impact play, but Solo doesn't have TP, and he doesn't have smoke. So it's a great idea, but he had none of the two things you wanted him to have.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, great suggestion, Shannon. It was not possible.
But this is something you plan ahead for because you know they're going to be... It's a 1v1. They're both very aggressive. One of them's going to die.
Also, Disruptor is not allowed to TP until Lina dies.
Correct. That's the rule.
Huh. Oh, we've got a little bit of a gate on gate.
Oh,
gate
Solo.
I'm gating right now. I'm gating too.
Glimpse is available, but I don't know if that's going to help Solo. Taking some arcane bolts to the face because he's going to get glimpsed. But that's going to be an easy pick-off for Panda. Miero actually came to assist, but potentially could cost him his life, although Pakaz is taking heavy damage now, completely out of mana. You know what that means? He's very squishy, 80 HP, but yeah, able to gain some HP back very easily. Now Mystic Snake will barely do anything.
Did you know Lotus Flower is good on Medusa?
Pretty good, yeah.
Oh boy, that's
comes
not
in.
enough, Antares.
Nope, Wand comes out, and Antares is gonna fall. Unfortunate for 9 Pandas.
Yeah, C-Smile stole every Abacus.
Oh, no way. This cannot happen if you're 9 Pandas. Ramsey's getting chased under the tower. Whisper has a level advantage. LSA's not gonna hit. Whisper's gonna overwhelming odds and run. Meanwhile, 2 kills again for EG. They're getting literally everything that they want.
This is very, very ugly for 9 Pandas. And honestly, kind of a rare mistake there from Antares. Going into this tournament, I would say he's the best techies in the world. He should really know the limits of this hero and what you can and can't get away with. But he just got baited hard by the Medusa, ends up dying there. Part of the reason I think 9 Pandas did so well in Group Stage 1 was that they are experts at playing 2 of the meta supports, both Undying as well as that Techies. But in this game, Undying banned out, and their Techies has just not found too much of a presence just yet. Holy shit, 4K!
It is a stomp.
This is actually just complete makings of a beatdown here. And we've seen recoveries in other games with these deficits, but it's Doom Jug.
Yeah.
This is not exactly...
Well, Whisper just hits level 6, but now we got 3 members of 9 Pandas. You gotta hope for their sake that they can get this kill. Blast off hits, and Laguna Blade with less than 100 HP is used anyway.
Yeah, it costs 125 mana, who cares?
True.
150, is it?
Oh, wow, a Radiant Rune game.
Okay, that's when you know it's real bad.
Yeah.
EG are absolutely stomping them because they have more bounty runes than a Dire team. Pakaz gonna be hounded a little bit by Miero here, but can't fully connect, and also doesn't have boots on the Doom.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Makes it hard to stick with your...
Yep, he has his Vanguard though, so it'll be a lot tougher to kill. Hannah Midas will be next, before the boots, I would imagine, but we'll see.
Yeah, this is why this Vanguard's so fast, right? It's because a lot of the time when we see Dooms itemized, they will get some sort of boots along the way to the Vanguard. Not necessarily always, but on average it will happen sometimes, and that means when you don't go that route, you will be faster than the average. So this is not an indication that Miero is having an outstanding game. He's having an okay one. 36 CS and 1 death is not anything to write home about minute 8.
And EG going for this tier 1 top will be a free one. See Smile gets the right, or the last hit on that.
The right hit.
I was going to say right click, which is also technically correct, but
Unless you play Bounty Hunter, in which case you got the left click on the tower.
or if you were in the bounty hunt and your right and left clicks were swapped.
That was what I just said.
That just goes to show how little either of us listen to each other.
No, I listened to both of us. That's why I knew you didn't listen to me, and I know what I said.
No, I know that, but I'm saying in like 5 minutes it's going to be a reverse.
All right, I'll prove it. I want proof in
All right,
this
who
game.
did the Suns get in the trade? The big player they got in the trade?
That's not Dota. And I also think you haven't told me, actually.
Sure I have. I was talking to Ted about it. He's really interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well then you.
So though he's gonna get lifted. Panda not quite with the Mystic Flare,
Here
but
comes Big Boy Beast.
yeah, Trample is more than enough. Gracious. See Smile level 8, so that one's maxed out.
Is there a better hero in Dota to get haste on? I don't think so. It's him or Batrider. Primal Beast with haste is nutty.
Oh,
Miro.
Smile. He still has Pulverize. He's gonna use it. There's the Mystic Flare as Panda's now level 6, and we talked about that synergy, either with that or duel. Means a lot of pickoffs are coming potentially for EG, and this is definitely a lineup, despite having a Medusa, that can really snowball. Having said that, though, we have not seen a dual kill as of yet from Whisper.
Oh.
Just has his Blink Dagger now, though. Question is, will they do enough damage without a Mystic Flare?
If Rubik has the right spell, this is the doable kill.
Okay, there's the duel, but Solo has Glimpse. Is there enough damage? No.
Oh.
So dual kill will not be there, but he still might die. Shield Rune will go down. And EG getting another very valuable pickoff.
Oh, Solo doesn't have boots.
Yep, Solo is a creep. They take out that creep camp. It was a small camp.
He gets cooked.
6K lead for EG. I don't even know what 9 Pandas are supposed to do right now. I'll see Smile helping out a bit by running over a bunch of mines. Will Pulverize, but again, trampled. Well, actually, it's not going to be enough. Now Antera is able to get the blast off. That makes sense. Pops the uproar. And Ramses
down here.
will be able to get whiff of him here. No, nice TP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Seeing the replay here, so this is really well played by Matthew. He gets everything out he possibly can. And there's the shield rune. Kinetic field.
Kinetic Field stops the onslaught, it looked like.
Stops C-Smile there. In
Really well played by the Wild Wing Ripper as well. The
Yeah.
Hurricane certainly helped.
Yeah, very neutral of it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Are scanning.
What if they change the AI of neutrals to just always try to fuck you over? It doesn't matter who they are. They're still neutral, but they're
So
aggressive
they always
towards
do
everyone.
the worst for the players.
Yeah,
Well,
because that makes for some hilarious moments. And if it's constant, that's chaos.
I feel like the neutral creeps would just be running around picking up bounty runes.
Well, there's an extent. There's an extent to it, of course. You know,
Maybe there should be an 11th player in the game that gets to play the jungle.
Commander class.
Play the jungle or play Roshan.
Oh.
Oh, that brings me back. Was that Midas Mode 2?
Yep, that's.
Oh my god.
You weren't even there.
No, but it was a really funny idea. Having an audience member play Roshan with the...
Yeah, that was very,
so
very good.
fucking funny. I love Slacks. He's our... Uh-oh.
Duel into Mystic Flare.
Oh, that's a
Easy
win.
dual kill for Whisper, and that's going to be his first stack of damage.
Slacks is definitely our mad scientist, though. Oh, Ramses gets lifted. No follow. Oh my god.
Wow.
Damage, though.
That's a Dragon Slave, apparently.
C-Smile could almost kill him here with a Pulverize into Onslaught. And I think something interesting in this game to keep in mind, by the way, there is, unless this was changed, I remember seeing this in some games and we...
Oh, they're going to go for him again.
Maybe.
Dragon Slave still available. He's going to spin and dodge it.
It's going to walk right
Now that he
into
doesn't
trouble,
have
though.
it, there's the Pulverize. There is no Mystic Flare this time, but the Ancient Seal with the magic damage more than enough. TP's coming in from 9 Pandas. Mira wants to get something out of this. They glimpse, but the only target they can find is Panda, who has a Shadow Amulet. Forces them to put down a sentry, so some sort of trade, but not a good one for 9 Pandas.
And now with Duel ready again, you'd imagine Whisper will wait for Panda to respawn, and then they will group up, go for another smoke kill with the Duel Mystic Flare. And while all of this is happening, Pakaz is just stupidly far ahead. We haven't really talked about the Medusa because she hasn't needed to be involved, but the whole map has just shrunk so quickly for the Pandas that Pakaz will be dwarfing the Jug. He's double his net worth. Holy shit, just realized.
Another
He's
duel.
94.5.
Blade Mail's there as well. It's not going to be enough to get more stacks of damage as a Static Storm providing a lot of cover for 9 Pandas. Laguna Blade gets a kill, but it's stolen and used on its original owner. Double kill now for C Smile. But the Doom finally comes out.
He had to use it defensively.
And
so he didn't get
Miero
pulverized.
getting chased down by the rest of EG. And C Smile, yeah, looks like he is gonna probably live. I would imagine so. He's still chasing, but they reserve the kill for C Smile. How nice of them.
He almost died to Seed Shot, of all things. Yeah.
9K lead at 15 minutes.
Oh, look, Pakaz is in the camera shot. There he is. All right, back to other heroes.
This one is
Radiant's bottom tower
gonna be hard
is
to come
under
back
attack.
from. All right, we talked about, as we're gonna see the replay here. Yeah, the Static Storm, that really made this fight, I was gonna say salvaged it. That's not even the right word. It could have been so much worse for 9 Pandas, and it was already awful.
Yeah. When that's the perspective you have afterwards, that's pretty
Are
bad.
scanning.
Yeah.
It could have been awful, but it was only bad. Good job, team.
Hey, you gotta work your way up.
Yep. I mean, for sure, it's tough times. If EG ever get the jump on you, this is going to happen.
The dual Mystic Flare is there, and that is enough. Whisper now with 28 damage now that 10 talent's online,
find
and
the
a big
stolen
glimpse. Kiyotaka,
Oh boy.
he looks to be dead, and this is Matthew with a couple of very clutch steals. Playing against Rubik has got to be one of the most annoying things.
It's a really good Rubik game. They also last picked it overall, right? He recognized I can steal Light Strike Array, I can steal Glimpse, I can steal Doom.
Yeah, and the thing about Glimpse is sometimes you just don't have a target to use Thunderstrike on. That's actually where the Shard comes in handy. You can just click on the ground,
Radiant's top
so they
tower
don't steal it.
is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Could kinetic field the ground as well.
I mean,
but
that, sure,
that's not ideal.
feels kind of bad.
Yeah. This is going to be a, by the looks of it,
Dire's
18-minute
bottom
butterfly
tower
for
is under
Pakaz
attack.
with Manta. This has to be one of the highest GPMs at 16 minutes this event. It looks pretty absurd how much he's been able to
Dire's bottom tower
acquire here.
Oh, Onslaught. Well, there's a couple cores that actually avoided death here. So again, one of those situations where 9 Pandas could have had this worse. Glimpse back onto C Smile,
KB.
and BKB will
Oh,
be
no.
there.
He
That was
wanted to
another glimpse, I
pulverize.
think.
That's a little bit of a mistake there, actually. I mean, it's hard to communicate in the moment. Matthew just wanted to save him, and then he BKB to turn and pulverize, but then he couldn't pulverize because they were getting glimpsed back.
Dire's
But
bottom tower is under
I
attack.
mean, the margin for error, though, it doesn't need to be perfect for C-Smile right now. Oh, okay, it
Now-
probably needs to be better than this,
Yeah,
though.
the BKB being down is kind of a big deal. Although he gets
Glimpse on glimpse action.
yeah, that's the third time he's used Glimpse.
It's probably gonna
Dragon Slave
live,
does
actually.
clip him, but
Yeah,
there's
it's
the press
gone
the attack with a little extra HP regen. Whisper coming in, he wants to get another dual kill. He'll get it with the help of Panda. Now Miero kind of left all alone. He is completely surrounded and will be crushed as this game, a 17.5-minute battle fury.
That's a butterfly.
Huh?
Oh,
about
never
his?
mind. Well, it's both at the same time.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to compare.
I thought you said it wrong. I thought you meant... Oh, okay. Unlucky.
You weren't listening.
Well, I was. I heard what you
You
said.
listened
That's why...
incorrectly, though.
No. We were both right. Good job.
No, you're wrong.
Well, it was also 17.5-minute butterfly. Pakaz is... I've been focusing a little bit more on Pakaz than I have on Ramses. One of them is... There's a little bit more to write home about than for the other.
One of them is winning.
Yep, that is correct.
I mean, that's the problem, though. Like, even with Medusa, Manta, you can technically fight.
EG just go, oh my god, I can't.
15 to take a screenshot of this. This is the first time in the history of this patch this has happened in any pro game or pub game. Surely.
You know it's a stomp win. That's there. That's right there. Maybe they listened to our cast.
Radiant's
Maybe they're
bottom
like,
tower is
oh,
under attack.
bounty runes are actually useful when we're Radiant as well.
Yeah,
That must be it.
probably.
But I think we should take full credit for everything. We really made EG.
Do you know if Gossamer Cape will dodge like one of the Omni Slashes or not?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Oh, we'll see.
Well, the first thing you asked was, do you know if, and I started my sentence with no. So,
Because it is Dota. You never really know.
because we'll grab the Aegis of the Immortal. This is honestly potential high ground territory. I think EG also recognize how far ahead they are. 9 Pandas with an awesome setup for a Roche that is not going to make his way bottom. So effectively just wasting their time protecting this gate. EG will start knocking on the tier 2.
And by the way, I was thinking more, this is not, again, related that much, but the Gossamer Cape, we were having a discussion. I didn't actually test this because I'm too lazy. But the whole dodging versus missing.
Right.
I think they are different. If I had to, I feel pretty strongly that it is different because
I feel
there's
like
accuracy in the game.
if you have True Strike, you can't miss on Gossamer, right?
That's the real test.
I don't think you can.
I would think you would, actually, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, evasion and miss are the same thing in Dota. If you have
Right.
Butterfly, it's the same as blinding the enemy. So
Yeah, but
I
let's
would
say you have
think-
something that gives you 100% evasion, and then MKB gives you, what, 60% accuracy?
Yeah, then you hit 60.
But the thing clearly says dodges first attack. That's different to me.
That's
you
a
know?
100% miss chance against
It doesn't say that, though. As we glimpse back into the LSA, they still have... Okay, they actually used the Laguna Blade just to get rid of the Aegis, and it's actually returned on them to kill off the Doom, who does not have buyback. EG trying to reset a bit. This might be a little bit too early to go high ground as the Omni Slash deletes the Primal Beast. Pakaz eats it up pretty healthily at half mana now. Does get off his ult, and that's a big Mystic Snake as well.
you. That'll end it, though. Pretty good defense from 9
Yeah,
Pandas,
it
finding
was.
that kill on the Deuce Aegis and then killing the...
Lamps, they want to make sure that Matthew has no spells when he goes back to his base because every single one has been big impact.
With that defense, this is... Oh, hang on.
This will do nicely.
Not going to lead into anything more than this. Really good result there for Ramses, though. He gets the big kill onto the Primal. And he also got the kill on Matthew, so a lot of gold coming his way. Allows him to almost now catch up to the Primal Beast. That's step number 1. You know what kind of game it is when the observers are looking at buyback status at minute 20, by the way. It's very telling.
That's right. We
Yeah,
got
you don't have
ourselves a
buybacks,
real barn burner here. Now blink on Kiyotaka now. I mean, what have you thought about the
fantasy
fantasy points?
points.
I
Very
didn't
nice.
forgot that was even part of that.
Yeah.
Very useful. The Doom is struggling a bit. Hopefully
Yeah.
nobody has any fantasy points on Miero.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That might be the most useless stat. Unless somebody has like 20k and they're just banking. Tier 2 tower is going to fall with no contest, despite not having the Aegis anymore from EG side because, well, it is a Medusa and it requires just so much to rip through that mana shield. And we'll likely be waiting, well, EG will be waiting for the second Roche before trying to go high ground.
Yeah, considering the defense that 9 Pandas were just able to put up there and kill off the Medusa relatively easily the first time. She obviously did go for the Butterfly instead of more stat-heavy build, so spells are relatively effective against her, but now the Scotty is almost complete. That's going to help a lot in that regard. And it is baby steps here for Pandas. Sure, you held your base, you got a couple of kills, but you're not really... You're just delaying the game. You're not recovering, so to speak. So now the question is, are you going to fight for the second Roche? Do you feel in a position to even do that? Do you have a chance for that fight? If you don't, how are you going to do the second defense when Medusa rocks up with another 2 items, Aegis, and Cheese? It's going to be tough. The Scotty is almost completed, and the second Roche will be a minimum of 3 minutes 40 away. So she'll have more than enough time to start farming more. Oh, that's a nice spell steal there from Matthew. Very
And not often you see the Aegis claimed that quickly.
No.
Because, all right, Stone Gaze. Static Storm is placed, and you can see, despite getting the combo onto one hero, 9Panda is not really interested in fighting this.
Yeah. Pakaz effectively saving Matthew there by using ults. Oh, off screen. Techie's got mauled to death by a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Don't have too much footage of that in general, dinosaurs, but... Oh, not quite.
Whisper with 74 damage now, so...
He can probably solo Jug in the duel, actually. It's pretty close.
Yeah, well, what talent is the 20 talent for the heal, right? Because that's when you probably can't anymore.
Fair.
Dire's bottom tower
The whole
is
idea
under
of that
attack.
occurring before reduction seems like a bug. Isn't that the only thing? The only lifesteal that works that way in the game? I feel like that might have been an
It occurs before reduction.
Yeah.
Why?
That's what the panel was saying. And I remember who was, I think Fogged is the one that figured that out. Because he's obsessed with these little mechanics.
Fogged is a turbo nerd. And I don't mean turbo in Dota.
Now, Lotus
Nice
onto
glimpse dodge.
Pakaz.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Style points. Starting to lose some mana, though.
Dire's
Doesn't
Gotta
look
be
too
careful.
phased by it overall.
And the rest of his team backing him up. Wow, very even distribution of damage.
Yeah, that's
For the
pretty
side of
beautiful.
middle tower is under attack.
Thanks.
Do you actually think they're going to go high ground before second rush? Okay, Mystic Flare will
my God.
be comboed with Telekinesis.
That's a pretty sexy kill, I have to
That's
say.
very long range.
They were just baiting anyone to come and deward. They knew they were going to try it, and then they just assassinated them from max range there.
Yeah, and without Disruptor, does have buyback though. There's the initiation from C Smile. Oh, nice Yules on to Whisper, so can't get the dual target. But the Doom is dead, and actually the Laguna Blade completely wasted on the BKB'd Whisper, who now just run away. But you can see the
Pakaz
mana
is
already
nothing
drained from
low.
Pakaz. Nice Manta dodging the blast off, and now the Static Storm and Kinetic Field keeping him there, but will stand his ground, and now the tower will fall. But we can see Pakaz is getting a bit low. The stolen Static Storm. Matthew, is there anything you haven't stolen yet? Pakaz will be able to walk away.
That's actually such an important steal. Otherwise, he would have been omnied there. Damn. EG with some good moves. They're playing a really good game here, I have to say. Like, it's very one-sided and it's easy to look good when you're this far ahead, but just everyone, like the individual moves they're making, the way they're synergizing their spells, where they're playing around each other is some solid, really, really solid team Dota here.
For the effort.
Roche is spawning in anywhere between 20 seconds to 3 minutes 20, and I'd imagine EG want to wait for that and then really look to end this. Okay, let's Whisper, go back where you came from.
And we'll know in 7 seconds when Roche will be up.
She smells playing Heart. Interesting.
That is interesting. Huh.
This is not a common item on this hero until like maybe 4th or 5th item sometimes, because you get a lot out of Ags on this hero. It's a really, really good Ags, and you want the mana pool, you want the health, you want all those stats, and the extra damage is massive. But I mean, I guess honestly there might be value in getting it against Jug, so you could just break his blade dance, right? Like that's kind of good, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
He just wants the raw health so he can sustain if he gets gone on by Lina, if he gets gone on by the techies, just
Do you know
beefing
if
up.
that break is dispellable?
Don't think so.
You don't know that for sure though, right? Because some are and some aren't.
Yeah, if you want to know, just look it up.
Look it up on a wiki that isn't even updated that well anymore. All right, so just go in demo mode is what you mean.
That's a decent way to test things usually.
But
But there's been instances where things work differently in demo from private lobbies, so you can't trust that either.
Yeah, true. So in other words, just tweet at Fogged, and he'll be able to...
That is actually a really good idea. I think we should get that like trending. If you guys have actually not even obscure mechanics questions, just literally any question about Dota, just tweet at Fogged. Like,
Yeah, it's like
how
a
do
hotline.
how do I get better at Jugger? What's the best item build on Lina? Why can't I get out of Archon? And then Fog will be like, I'll tell you why. I know how you do it. I got out of Archon.
He did, technically.
Yes.
Radiant's bottom
You
tower
didn't get that,
is
did you?
under attack.
He was on Team Archon. I
There
just
you
got
go.
it now.
All right, there we go. Nice.
Yeah, I remember now. That was after Navi US.
I'm proud of you. You listened. You've had 5 minutes. When did I not listen to you since then?
Uh,
Oh, there you go.
we'll get there. Don't
Okay.
worry. I mean, it happens like every other cast. So
That's
it's
just
like,
not true.
Yeah, well, you weren't listening the last time you didn't listen, so you don't remember that you didn't listen. So
I'm being gaslit by my co-hoster.
Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, that's another question I wanted to ask is
at Fogged.
Fogged, if you're there, could you let us know what you think of Lina right now? Because I heard a lot of hype, and all the games I've seen have been pretty underwhelming for the most part.
I actually would like if our cast were just Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and it's just call a friend for every question.
That would be fun.
Call in Fogged.
Some stupid-ass mechanic question. All right, that's Fogged. A stupid-ass lore question called Slacks.
I was going to call SVG for that one.
Okay.
Well, anyway.
If you have a basketball question, you can always ask me.
Oh, yeah, that's
Very relevant.
Yeah, people ask that a lot in Dota games.
Yeah.
So about Flame Cloak, it's definitely we've seen some builds in this tournament where Lina's just absolutely assassinate people from mega range, and that's obviously
On
the idea
spot,
here.
quiet Cinderin. Lotus Orb on him right now. They want to initiate knowing that Roche could be up, and indeed he is. Pulverizes there from C Smile. Is taking an Omni Slash, which isn't really doing that much damage. The trample, though, is. There's the duel onto the Juggernaut, and Ramses is done for. 50 seconds with no buyback, but the Laguna Blade does take out C Smile in turn, but that's the only kill that 9 Pandas are able to secure, which means EG will be able to get the second Roche.
EG just send in the Primal Beast in front. He's mega tanky. He gets pressed the attack on the first stun. He pops BKB and he pulverizes the Doom, who's the only one who can stop him from doing it. And yeah, he eats an entire Omni Slash, but so what? They get the duel out of that, and they get the Roche. And this is pretty textbook stuff from EG. I really like the way they approached that fight, just full-on charging in. And they also recognize, like, this Lina obviously has insane single target damage, but a big part of this Assassin mid-Lina build that we've seen teams run is that you're able to find the right target. Primal Beast is just not it. So Lina in this game wants to find Skywrath or Rubik and just kill them instantly from mega long distance, but they weren't offered up as possible targets. None of the cores on EG really are nice for Lina to go on at this point. Legion has Blade Mail and is pretty tanky. The Primal is obviously super tanky and is with the BKB, and the Medusa you're not going to kill. So I do think the mindset that they had is this is the mid hero that we can pick that outranges Medusa and has insane single target damage, which makes a lot of sense. The early game just did not go well enough to really enable them to showcase what they were trying to do with this pick, it feels like.
I think it had one good game this tournament, though.
At least.
It was like the first game it was played after the patch. As you see, another kill onto Ramses. That's more damage for Whisper, who is now more of a carry than Ramses.
In case you forgot, you and I also cast a game 2 days ago with GPK owning on it.
Okay, I don't remember that, actually.
Yep, that's fine. You don't listen and don't remember.
That's part of being old. Don't be an ageist. Kaz now pounding on the barracks in the bot lane with the Aegis. No Juggernaut on the side of 9 Pandas. Yep, what nice stun there to get Kiyotaka back. Static Storm is placed. Doom as well, but they're just going to be able to walk that off. And I just cannot fathom a universe where 9 Pandas are able to defend this right now, especially without Ramses. So this will be minimum
too close.
One set of racks. Solo is dead.
He got in range of Pakaz there.
Yeah, you should learn. Can't face up against the Snake Lady. And methodical push. Now into the mid lane.
He's dead for a minute. That's actually, honestly, that's
outranging the tower. Ooh. Very normal. Crimson Guard will delay things slightly, but was that a stolen Doom? Matthew has gotten everything. Or is that a double Doom? There's
now
no
it's
way.
still Laguna, you know?
Oh my god. Just adding insult to injury. Not quite enough to kill Miero, but they finally do find him. And Matthew,
long-range fade bolt.
I'm just going to give him MVP, even though I feel like you could give it to anybody in EG. I know the game's not over yet, but it really is, and it has been for quite a while. Second set of racks now for EG.
They have half a minute to get the third one.
Yep, it will be Megas. GGs
Megas,
are
yeah.
called. This was a huge stomp.
Yep.
EG looking really freaking good.